Keira and Oscar went silent on social media for maybe like a few days after Keira got cancelled when they announced to the world they were breaking up. The reason for their breakup was very bizarre. In their breakup video, Keira was so happy and she said not to point fingers, but then she did point fingers at Oscar, and poor Oscar looked absolutely distraught. It's also the fact that they have 4 kids together, and she was already clocked out of the relationship apparently when she was pregnant with their 4th child. And then Oscar got a vasectomy before Keira split with him. There were literally so many dramas to do with their breakup, it's not funny. And a lot of the red flags came from Keira. So anyway, they had a brief break from social media, but not really. Keira has been out here for weeks trying to prove herself to everyone that she's not the bad guy, and she's literally arguing with fans on her Instagram.
But also, I just have to stick up for myself. Like, it gets to a point. Yeah, that's right, sis. That's what I teach my kids to do, and so practice what you preach. You are going to dance. I know this situation isn't just about me, and a lot of people are like, don't make it about you. Oh, pity party, pity party. Well, first of all, we both were in this relationship, so it's been hard on both of us.
Now, before Keira and Oscar posted their recent video to YouTube updating fans on what's happening and where to from here, Keira took to her Instagram live, and boy was it problematic. It was very much giving, we split up but I'm still stringing Oscar along. She also talked about H3 talking about her. She was talking about how there wasn't even really anything wrong with the relationship.
Yeah, I'd look for a house with 4 kids. I definitely want to eventually buy, but I don't want to do that right now. I probably am going to wait till like our situation is more final. I mean, like, us splitting is final, but as far as like, where is Oscar gonna live? Is he gonna move? Are we gonna sell the house? Keep that, like, all those things. So I'm gonna wait until then. Did you watch Ethan Klein's video? No, I knew it would upset me because I used to be, well, I still am, I'm not gonna lie, a fan of him and his wife and all their podcasts and YouTube channels and stuff. So I knew it would really hurt my feelings to watch, so I'm not gonna do that. What's a positive things besides the kids that you can take away from your relationship? Everything. There's not like a lot of bad things. I mean, I've learned my relationship boundaries and like things that I do really love about, or I loved about that relationship, and things that I really like can't do anymore. But yeah.
So anyway, they recently posted a video called Change of Plans Life Update, which kind of sounded like they were getting back together, so definitely had me fooled. But without a doubt, I have a strong feeling they will eventually get back together after Keira has found herself and realised that there's no one out there quite as good as Oscar, most likely. But I guess we will wait and see. In the first part of the recent video, they were fighting over who would be looking after the kids. They then voiced how they'd be doing the custody arrangement going forward, and to be honest, it will be very interesting to see how they maintain their YouTube career while splitting up. They then discussed how their family and friends are reacting to their split, which was not good apparently. Oscar also said that they were going to live together but separately, but ultimately Keira has decided that she's going to move out. Keira also let Oscar speak this time, because the last couple of vlogs they did, she didn't let him speak at all. They then explained how they'd be vlogging going forward and how they're going to keep the kids' privacy in mind. They also said how they want to keep conflict away from the kids, and I'm guessing they've only just realised this because their kids were in the background of some of their breakup vlogs, and their kids were watching them and listening to them argue. And Keira was also caught arguing on Instagram with her kids bouncing around in the back of the car. But yeah, apparently they're not going to get into arguments in front of their kids anymore. They were also discussing how they were confused about where they'd live going forward from here, but that they'll figure it out. Keira lastly discussed they'd have their own channels in future, and that's how they'd go about keeping their OKbaby following. Keira then argued that she's not psychotic like her fans are saying she is. Apparently Keira's Instagram is in the description, but Oscar's isn't, and they made it clear that this wasn't some kind of manipulative thing Keira had done, and that it's just always been that way. So they turned off the comments on their most recent video for obvious reasons, as I'm sure Keira is sick of getting all the hate. However, another drama channel called APOC re-uploaded the video and discussed it, and the comments went off. And once again, it's clear from the comments that Keira is going to really struggle to keep her career going post-breakup. I can't wrap my mind around down them having 4 kids back to back like that. I have one, and my attention and my time is pretty much consumed around his needs, which I love, by the way, but I can't picture myself being able to triple what I'm doing now. I feel bad for those kids. They're either somewhat neglected or they're just allowed to do whatever all day with no structure because I can't think of any other way they could do it. The issues unfortunately became worse and worse because of having so many kids in such a short period of time. Kids are a blessing for sure, but it just shows that adding kids into a relationship that already has issues will not help it. If they just had Levi and waited for 5 years, etc., their relationship would have probably been more stable. Oscar even mentioned that when they spent time together and travelled, they fought less, first being home together with all the kids. They had kids way too young and too many for them to handle. Now the kids suffer. Oscar getting that vasectomy was smart because he knows he can't handle anymore, but I don't understand Keira. She wants to have more kids but is moving out. This is like the Twilight Zone. Her moving out is going to cause so much trauma to the kids, like, hey kids, sorry, mum has to go now. Bye, gotta go live my best life. This is also incredibly weird. I can't even imagine having this life or even half of what they have and just throwing it all away willingly. Like, I try to imagine myself being Keira, and there is like absolutely nothing that would cause me to act or do this to myself or my own children. Now, they did discuss in their recent video how they were almost financially free, but then boom, not anymore. As someone who has divorced parents, this hurts me thinking about the kids and all this. My parents would talk shit about each other and argue about who gets to take us and when, and honestly, it really does affect the children more than they think it will. I feel for them. They already have their whole life online, and now they don't have the security of their parents. This is why it infuriates me when people have children so quickly without really knowing what you want or who you want in life. And the fact that they care way more about themselves and the image instead of the kids is so effed. I really wish they would have tried harder. I understand not being right for each other. My parents are better off separating, but it's how you do the separation that really affects the kids. And the fact that they aren't communicating this to their kids is beyond me. But if they can't talk to each other, obviously they aren't going to talk to the kids. I'm glad you make videos about them and air their shit out because that's what they do with their kids, so it's only fair. LMAO. Keira has also recently started posting to the other channel, OKbaby. Now, this was Keira's main channel back in the day. It's got a heck ton of subscribers, but anyway, I'm guessing this is her YouTube channel going forward, and she'll be posting way more on it in the future. So basically, in her coming back video she posted, she was just answering questions about how she's a changed person, etc., and that she's not dating anyone and doesn't plan on dating anytime soon. Now, the comments on this video were definitely filtered, like without a doubt. Keira said that she's pissed that she's been made out to be the bad guy, but basically she's not going to argue with fans. Now, Keira also shocked fans when she recently started complaining about her kids on Instagram in front of them, jokingly saying that she doesn't know why she had kids when they misbehave so badly, etc. And people like, oh my god, her saying this in front of them is going to be so detrimental.
It's gonna sound so mean, so like take it with a grain of salt, like don't take it so seriously. But I was thinking last night and this morning when I was being kicked in the back, in the head, changing a dirty diaper, being screamed at, snot in my face, water spit down my shirt. What made me want that? Like, at what point in my life was I like, yeah, that sounds like fun. Like, I love them and it's so worth it and there's so many good moments, but like 90% of them are a shit show.
So what are your thoughts on their breakup? Do you think they will get back together? I definitely think they will in the future when Keira realises what she's lost. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments.